I'm too big for that, aren't I? Let's try this again here. I'm too tall for this. There we go. How's that? A little bit better? Now I can't see my feet. Good Lord. Being a giant, folks, is not fun. Let's try this again. I need to be like a foot shorter. It'll be perfect for these cameras. My God. Okay, how's that? We got our feet. And we got the head. If I back up a lot. Okay, so when we do the foot stuff, I'll back up a little bit more. All right, well, happy Monday, everybody. How you doing? Hope you had a good weekend. Ooh, man. It's a beautiful one, eh? I hope you took advantage of that weather. It's still going to be nice, a little bit cooler, but still some nice weather. So, first, before we start, you got to have some water. Essential. Like, there's one thing you're going to do for your health, get some more water in here, right? It'll change the way your skin looks, change the way it feels. It'll help you lose weight, you go to the bathroom better. Perfect. Coffee, on the other hand, is my addiction for my brain. That I need. So that's okay. If you don't have one, that's great. Some people it's tea. This here is our background. We're going to be using for a lot of new videos coming up, which is a lot of fun, but obviously it's in the way, so it's a little bit tight. All right. So some of our movements might be a little bit blocked, but you can see what we're doing, and I'll make sure you're doing them right, even if I'm not. All right. So first thing we're going to do, obviously, we're going to do our neck stretches. Okay, we're going to come up here, arms to the side, because we want those shoulders back. All right, we're going to bring our forehead and chin forward. All right, we're not pushing it to the ground. We're leaning it forward, letting gravity pull down on our head. And that's going to get the levator spinatus right here between the shoulder blades that hold your head up. And we'll stretch those out. So when you get neck pain, that's where it is. Good. And we just relax, right? We relax into the stretch. Perfect. Now we're going to go to the other side. We're going to go to this side. Same idea. We're not tilting ourselves. We're not, right? Shoulders are straight. Head is being leaned to one side. And gravity is just stretching. You're going to feel it all the way to the clavicle. My cat sees something outside. He's like really focused and wants to get it. But we're like semi-underground, so I'm not really sure what he sees. I'm not really sure if I want to see what he sees, but let's find out. There's nothing there, cat. You're just a dummy. That's all it is. All right. Next, we're going to do a combo, okay? We're going to take this chin, we're going to aim towards the armpit, and that's going to get the triangular region between, so we had here, and we had up the levators, okay? So we're going to have the whole scapular region between the two now get affected. And again, we're not pushing, we're letting gravity just pull our head forward. Good. Nice, just like that. Other side. You notice I'm moving slow, guys. You never snap, right? You move in and out of the stretches slowly and controlled. And good, perfect. All right, now we're going to do a few shoulder rolls. Here we go. You ready? Here we go. Nice. And back the other way. Nice. Good job. That's it, right? Nice and quick. Those are good. I find those a little, they might make crunchy noises. I don't know about you guys. It's really good and really feels nice to stretch out those muscles and get that movement going. Get those joints to move, right? So it's important that we get range of motion in our life. All right, next thing we're going to do, it's again going to be a shoulder and back stretch movement, but a little bit different, okay? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to take your hands, you're going to make little fists. Now, if you are not able to do this fully, don't worry about it. It's not always easy, but we're going to work our way there. So what you're going to do, we'll start by trying to reach back and put our hands down in the smaller portion of our back. Now, if that's a little hard for you, do it on the sides. Do it right here on the hips. So basically, you're going to come as far back with those hands, as far back as you can. Right? We don't want you in pain, but we want you to be trying to go as far as you can. Now, I'm going to go back here. Okay? And what you're going to do from here, all you're going to do is you're going to pull your elbows back. So what we're doing, if you see my shoulder, see how it's leaning forward? We're straightening it out. You see that? So that's all you're doing. Now, if you're doing it from here, same thing. So let's say my hands are on my hands. See it, having those elbows back means your shoulders forward. You're just pulling them back, all right? So we're pushing ourselves into a proper postural position when our body is trying to resist, because we live in a society where we're sitting, leaning, and hunched over for most of our lives. I mean, we grew up going to school, right? So it's normal. So the fact that you might not be able to do this, don't get discouraged, right? We all have, aside from a few professionals or people who know about it, we all have internal rotation of the shoulders. You know what? Captain America, I was watching the Avengers, Captain America, big time internal rotation of the shoulders. Huge shoulders, but incorrect posture. So it can be anybody, so don't feel bad, all right? There we go. I realized we probably held that more than 10 seconds because it went up on a tangent. I should create like a tangent cam. Whenever I'm talking about something specific and then I go off on a tangent, I should have a tangent cam. Maybe we'll do that. That sounds fun. All right. I get a sip of that water. I mean, come on. Doing great, guys, by the way. All right, now we're going to do some torso twists, okay? You know these guys. Bring the elbows up. Why? Because, again, that shoulder, right? We don't want to be here. We don't want to be slumping. First, we want to be postural and get those shoulders up. Good. Now, very slowly, we're going to turn to one side to stretch out this twist motion until the point where it feels like your hips are going to move. Once your hips want to move, then you're going too far. So don't keep the hips square to the camera or to the screen or however you're doing this, keeping them straight. And you're going to turn as far as you can go until the hips want to move. Then we stop. And we relax. Just like that. Good. And back. Good stuff. Now the other way. Good. Nicely done. Perfect. Nice and easy. Good job. All right. Now we're going to work on the lumbar region. Everyone's favorite spot to stretch. Always, because everyone has stiffness there. Okay? So, here's how we're going to do this. We've done this before. We're going to do it in segments. We're going to bend the knees, disengage the hamstrings. Good. We're going to slide down, leaning onto our knees, back straight. Looking good. All right. From here, we slowly let ourselves slide down, nice and controlled, into this stretch position. And we let that back just relax. Let all that tension go. Deep breath, no pushing, no bouncing. We're just relaxing. Good. Very good. Now, before we come all the way back up, okay, you're going to put your hands on your knees. And you're going to push with your arms to support your shoulders. So now your back is back to being straight. Right? And then we're back up. And that's how it's done. Just like that. All right? Nice and easy. You guys are doing great. All right. Next, we're going to do the hamstrings. And then we have a bonus round at the end, as always. And, yeah, we'll be pretty much done to start our week. So, hamstrings, essential, guys, right? Highways to the lower body. So, we're going to use this as an example today, right? We're going to put our foot up against it. Now, if you look, because some people, of course, I coach people to do this, and some people really think that if they put their foot on a more extreme angle, then they're doing better. Right? They're like, look, coach, look how deep I get that angle. I'm like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be. What you want is a nice, clean 90-degree angle of the foot. Right? And I put my hands here. Why? Because I want that back straight. That back being straight is the key to a hamstring pull. Because the hamstring, what happens is, if you're not having your proper positioning, you're going to get a lot of tension down on the back of the knee. That is not your hamstring, right? That is your knee, and you're hurting your knee. So you don't want to do that, right? You need to pull from the top end of the hamstring, up here. And that is with the back, okay? And from here, then you lean forward. Right? So now you're going to feel it from your hip, basically your buttocks, all the way down to your toes even, because you're getting your sciatic nerve in there. And it is a great stretch. It is the stretch to help the lower body and to stretch out and get a lot of that pain out. A lot of times we have back pain that we don't realize originates from this area that just spreads upward, right? So, same thing. Other side now, here we go. Back nice and straight. There we go. Now, if you notice, guys, my back knee is a little bit bent because I don't want to hyperextend my knee, right? There we go. Look at that. Now, if your kneecap tightens, it's what's called a stretch reflex. So you just got to relax, concentrate, let it go. Nice. There you go. Sink into that stretch. Again, we don't push, we don't bounce. We control it. Great job. Doing great. I'm feeling the need for some more coffee. Once I start to slur my words, like I'm a little bit drunk, sign I need coffee. Just heads up for the viewers, right? When you hear that happening, you're like, oh boy, here we go. And he's going to have a sip of coffee soon. And I bet you, if you pay attention, you'll catch every time I go for that coffee. All right. Now we're going to do our calf stretches. Okay. So you know this one, obviously. We've done them even since we were in elementary school. But have they taught it properly? We don't know. So when we do this, we want our toes, you see the positioning of the feet directly straight ahead, the hips straight ahead. So we're in nice alignment here. Don't have your foot out on an angle, because then you're going to torque your knee. Nice and straight. Okay? So I'm going to do it on the side view so you can see what's up. Now, your back foot, from here, you should feel like the minutest of stretches on your calf. Right? So what you want is you don't necessarily want to stretch. Right? So let's say this is your muscle, right? This is it relaxed. We don't want it stretched, not yet. We want it just pulled. Just to full extension of where it is right now. Okay? Because if you pull too hard, then you're going to have Achilles tendon pain, and we don't want that. Okay? So just like this, however deep it is for you, wherever that line is, it's going to be different from me, and that's okay. Now, because we need you to relax into this stretch, I recommend you hold on to something or lean on something. Don't hold on to a chair. It's going to pull you down and out of posture. Something nice and high. Why? You'll see in a second. Now, we're going to lean forward. Right? Get that nice stretch on the calf. Now you feel the stretch on the calf. Now, here's the trick. If you're doing this no hands, you have to now hold yourself up. So unless you have great stabilizers, like me, you won't be able to relax that calf. Because that calf's going to be activated and holding you up. So just lean on something, guys. There you go. And now you can feel that calf just let go, right? Because we're leaning on this leg, we're stretching that calf, and it just lets the tension out, right? Because it doesn't matter. This is kind of the problem with the fitness industry. We're going to have a lot of rants about this. Is they like to judge you, right? That if for some reason something's not going right, well, it's because you aren't trying hard enough. It's BS, guys, right? The problem is these people, first of all, don't really know what they're doing. Secondly, they don't understand that it doesn't matter. Like in a stretch like this, it is completely irrelevant how you look. Notice I'm in jeans. Doesn't matter what you're wearing. Doesn't matter your environment. None of that matters. Doesn't matter that you're holding on, that maybe you're shaking. What matters is that the calf that we are trying to stretch is getting the effect that we're going for. You're here for the benefit. You're not here for the look, right? So any of those doubters, those judgy people, they can go away. The rest of us will get it done. There we go. Look at that, right? So by being able to hold on and relax that calf, you can feel that tension just, and as it releases, you can feel, oh wow, I think I can go a little bit deeper. You can, right? It's okay. Just make sure that you don't get to the point that the Achilles tendon feels a pull, right? So once you feel it in your heel, okay, too far now, right? But don't be afraid to go a little bit deeper. Once you've relaxed, look, oh my God, I can go further. Love it. All right. There we go. Hey, Winston. What's up, buddy? All right. Oh, you can't even see him. He's literally just off camera. He's like a foot away. All right. Oh, there was no slur. That's why it was water, not coffee. Big difference. All right. Now we're going to do our bonus round, okay? We've done... Actually, let's do some ankle circles. Then we'll do our bonus round, all right? So we're going to do the closed chain. So we're going to put our toe to the ground. We're going to make circles, right? Nice big circles, guys. Like I said, if they're squares, don't you worry about it. What matters is your mind and body is trying to make a circle. Back the other way now. See, so if you try to make a circle, you'll eventually get there. And if your tendons are a little bit tight and it's a square right now, and you're going boom, 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 boom. Listen, we all were there at some point. I certainly was. And my ankle just cracked right now. So it still happens, right? That we get tight. Don't worry about it. We're going to try to change the vision of fitness this year. Right? No more judging people for not doing it right. We're going to encourage people to do the best they can. All right, bonus round. Now, here we go. This could be a little bit tough, guys. So, we're going to get a big, deep stretch. Okay, so we're essentially doing the splits as far as we can go. Now, toes, see my toes? They're pointing forward. It's important because if I turn my toes inward or outward, that's going to put an unbalanced pain on my joints. Right? We don't want that. So nice and straight, okay? If they tend to want to slide, because maybe this position gives you joint pain, and they slide out a little bit, I'm okay with that for now. Okay? Just not too extreme. Okay, here we go. You ready? Now, this is going to be a deep stretch on that groin. It's going to pull a little bit on those hamstrings and that lower back. So now we're going to combine. You remember our lumbar stretch? Same idea. Now we're going to use our hips, right? So we're going to lean here to support our back for now until we get in position, right? You slide your hands down if you like. And now we slowly relax down. You're going to feel that pull. It's going to be real tight, and that's okay. It's what we like. Well, that's what I like, you know. It's what we need. Sometimes it's what we need, not what we like. Maybe let ourselves sink. Mine are clearly very tight. We'll get there eventually. And that's how we do it. We get there eventually. All right, guys. Now, back up. Remember, support yourself on your knees. Support that weight. Back up. Nice and slow. And we shift back into position. So there you go. That's it. Those are your Monday stretches, guys. Good job. Did great. And remember, it's Monday. You had a great weekend. You may have drank too much. You may have walked too much. You may have, who knows what, ate too much, had a big barbecue. That's okay. Right? And it's okay if you came in here to do the stretches and you're feeling a little bit creaky and it wasn't really great. That's okay. You know why? Because you showed up. And that is the number one essential ingredient to getting into the best health of your life is just to show up and try. Right? Because you show up and try means you're going to be consistent, means you're going to get there. Right? So I'm real proud of you, no matter how far you did. It's another beautiful day out there. Get out, enjoy the sun before the rain comes this week, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye, everybody.